Unstoppable real estate investors. Hello, unstoppable real estate investors. And I don't know if you can see me. Can you see us? Let us know if you can see us. Okay. I realized I didn't have my screen on. Okay. All right. We are live. Jason, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate that.
And for those of you who are just tuning in, the reason Jason sounds the way he is because he has cerebral palsy. So, Jason, talk a little bit about that so that that's not in the way of people being present and hearing all
Just,
you have to say, because it's really quite extraordinary, Jason's his success and the things he's been able to overcome and not limit him. So this is why Jason's starting out the new year for us. If Jason can do it, you can. So Jason, let's just start with your story, which you've
so,
shared before, but start with your story of being born with cerebral palsy and how that was to overcome that.
yeah, so I was born with cerebral palsy. So when I was born, the doctors told my parents that they didn't know if I'd be able to walk, talk, or think for myself. But for some reason, my parents always pushed me to go above and beyond. And I remember one instance when we went to the mall. And there was a group of people with the disabilities, right? And they were all working minimum wage jobs, which is there's nothing wrong with a minimum wage job, but I remember they were wiping tables at the mall, and I remember thinking to myself, uh, there's no way in hell that that's going to be me when I grow up. So I've always had a high standard for myself. I've always wanted to be something in life. So fast forward to when I was about to go to college, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to take in college. So my mom suggested that I become an accountant so that I can understand how money works, especially once I become a businessman. That's a good skill to have. So I took that. I became a CPA. I started working for a local accounting firm here in Los Angeles. I was doing one of my clients' tax returns where I noticed that he was making a lot of passive income because of his rental property. So that intrigued me. I said, wow, this looks like a pretty interesting business. So in 2018, I started studying real estate. 2019, I started buying single family homes. And then in 2020, I said that I want to transition from single family to multi-family. I was looking for 3 years without any success. And then in 2023, I became a general partner on a 106 unit deal and then on a 236 unit deal.
So
To
you just dove right into the deep end of the pool.
exactly. So now I'm on 342 doors, and the only way is up now.
Now, are those syndication deals or are those all yours?
Those are syndication deals.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that was your first, that you just jumped into real estate investing into syndication deals right off the get-go.
So So no, so first I started in single family.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, then from there I transitioned into multifamily syndications. Yeah.
Okay. And is that your main investment strategy now is multifamily syndications?
Yeah, so that is my bread and butter. But right now we're also looking into buying businesses as well.
What kind of businesses are you buying?
Right now, I mean, it's still in the early stages right now, but right now we're really looking into the HVAC business.
The what?
HVAC, heating,
Oh,
heat.
HVAC. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
And why that business? Did you do research on it?
yeah, because what I like about that business is first of all the gross margins are nice and the profits are nice. But what I like about it is that people buy HVAC not because they want to, but because they have to. Especially during
Yeah,
the
it's a necessity, heating and cooling. They're a necessity.
exactly, exactly. So I see a big opportunity there. So we're still studying it, and our goal is to buy something this year.
So you started out as a CPA, an accountant. You saw that clients of yours were making a lot of passive income in real estate. You started purchasing some single families, then quickly converted into
Well,
multifamily syndications. Now you're buying businesses. What would you say, Jason, has been your biggest challenge as a real estate investor?
my biggest challenge is what most people face, which is the learning curve, right? There's just so many things to understand, and there's so many limiting beliefs when you first get started in real estate. So that's why I always push people to go and hire yourself a mentor, somebody that's going to hold your hand throughout the whole process and make sure that you're not making any, crucial mistakes along the way.
Excellent. And why did you want to come on? Because you had just spoken the podcast a few months ago. Why did you want to come on today? Was there a message you wanted to share?
Yeah, because I remember like the last time we thought that this was prior to me acquiring the 106 unit deal. So I just wanted to show people that, with persistence, hard work, and aligning yourself with the right team, you can reach your goals as long as you don't give up.
I love that. So here, everybody is a gentleman that was born with cerebral palsy, but didn't let that limit him. He saw what other people did with disabilities and how limited they were. And he was like, that life isn't for me. Hey, Mark. And he said, hey, I've got ambition. I'm going to go to college. I'm getting a degree. I'm a CPA. And then you see your clients making tons of money as a real estate investor. And immediately you jump in, you buy some single family, and then, didn't take you long to convert into multifamily syndications. And now you're buying businesses. So, and you've shared the challenges. It's the learning curve. There's a lot to learn. Hey, Mark, you're joining us. Anything you want to say hello or hi to Jason, or is there anything you want to add to the conversation?
I've been trying to catch your Zoom. My goodness, you're
I'm
like
glad
all
you're
over.
here, Mr. Gator Mark Prestwood.
Yes, it takes a minute. It takes a minute. I've been wanting to hit this podcast, and I just saw the
We'll have
post
to
in
get you
JJ's
on
group.
here as a guest.
Yeah,
Do
I
you have
mean,
any
I'm trying to.
questions for Jason?
I first time I met Jason, so I don't know. I'm just trying to. Uh, brand new, man. Brand new, first timer. So,
You're not
but
brand new. You're brand new
I,
to the podcast.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I've been here for a minute. We've been trying to do some big capital raising. So we did $1 million in 20 days challenge with another syndicator, and we ended up putting together over 100 million in 20 days. So
Oh,
You and Jason need to chat.
yes.
I got some big deals I get a big sports center that I've been working on. It's 30-acre development. And a lot of people don't believe in this model. But if I showed you the real cap, it's probably like a 60 cap or 80 cap, and people can't believe that. But it's like a laundry. Uh, people are gonna leave every day. Um,
We're gonna have to have you be a guest on the podcast, Mark. I'll have
yeah,
my VA Rose reach out to you and we'll get you scheduled.
sure,
We're scheduling
sure,
into March.
yeah, that would be good. Afternoons would be best for me.
Well, it's always at noon
Yeah,
Eastern on Wednesdays.
yeah, I'm in front of machines by that. I'm like right here.
Yeah.
Boy,
Okay, well,
big
thanks
equipment.
for
Yeah.
joining us, Mark. I'm going to go back to Jason
Okay,
now.
prefer. You
So,
got it. I'll
Jason,
mute off.
okay. So Jason, you know, if last time we spoke was a couple of months ago, and I think you were working on that 106 property deal and
Yeah.
you closed it. So talk about what it was like to transition from being an accountant to buying some single families to jumping into multifamily syndication and what that shift was like, what it took for you to make that shift.
So first of all, it was not an overnight thing, right? So I was looking for my first deal for about 3 years. I must have underwrote like 300 plus deals, and nothing was making sense. And there's a lot of mental games that you have to play with yourself, because imagine I'm working, day in and day out trying to find a deal. And then you go on social media and you see a whole bunch of people closing on deals, and you start to question yourself. You ask yourself, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? And then every year during the holidays, you go to your family, you go to your friends, and then they ask you, have you found a deal yet? And then every year you have to tell them, no, I'm still looking, but deep down inside that you don't have anything. So, so, so so during those times, that's when you are really tested. You're tested
Yeah,
on
because those bigger deals take a lot longer to put together. And
exactly.
you've got to suspend disbelief of the people around you because people are so ready to squash dreams and throw wet blankets and say, normal people want to stay comfortable and risk free. And so it makes them uncomfortable when there's someone like you or me or Mark out there taking a risk and going for it. It's hard for them to get their minds around that, and you've got to protect yourself and surround yourself with people that are cheering you on, that are believing in you, because that energy that they're projecting on you, it affects you, it drags you down. You've got to make sure you're surrounding yourself with people that lift you up and believe in you. Is there anything you want to say about that, Jason?
Yeah, and I would say that that's my biggest gift. Is that I use that as fuel. Every single morning when I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, as I do my prayers, as I do my push-ups, that's the thing that really I think about. Is I think about every single person who ever doubted me, and I want to make sure that I shove it in their face every single time that I'm successful. That like, hey, you were wrong about me, and let me remind you why you're wrong about me, and let me remind you why you're here and I'm here. So those are the things that really drive me, and let
Well,
me.
yeah, and it's kind of nice considering your disability
Yeah,
to be able to get in people's face and say, yeah, watch me,
yeah,
watch me, and look at what I did. And, you know, y are you a believer yet?
yeah. So it's always important to have your why. And
Yes.
then just like what you said, it's also important to have a strong supporting group. That's why co- I'm a big believer in mentorship groups. I'm a big believer in having a mentor who's actually doing deals in today's market, not from 2012, 10, and 11. And I'm a big believer in a mentor who provides you with a step-by-step blueprint that you can follow to become successful.
And so I I'm a big believer in coaching, mentorship, training, support, networking. Talk a little more about strategic networking, like the people that you surround yourself with, and the impact they have on you.
Yeah, d- definitely. So I used to be a co-organizer of a local meetup here in Los Angeles. Now we would have about 20 to 50 people show up every single month to have a meetup. So by doing that, you're able to meet a lot of people and see who you vibe with, who has the same values, who has the same views as you. So, so by you networking, getting yourself out there, you're able to meet people who could be, you know, potential investors, passive investors in your deals, partners. I mean, even sometimes you can meet potential mentors as well.
It's a relationship business. All business
Yeah,
is. And
yeah,
it is personal. I hate it when people say it's not, it's just business, it's not personal. Um, you don't get away with that with me. It is personal. Business is personal. And you being in business doesn't give you the right to be rude or corrupt or dishonest or screw someone else over. You are the company you keep.
yeah,
You can't do this business alone. You can't do any business alone, really. You can't, but especially real estate. You need sellers, you need agents, you need appraisers, you need inspectors, you need contractors, subcontractors, buyers, lenders, partners. You can't do this alone. Escrow, attorneys, title companies, you need people in this business, and you need to be able to strategically network. What does strategic mean? Plan ahead to achieve a certain goal. You need to, when you're networking, You're not networking to get, you're networking to give, because when you give, you get. Pace Morby talks about that. Go be a go giver. And, you know, it sounds like that's been really key to your success, Jason. And mindset. Talk about your mindset and how that's made a difference in your success.
So I would say that mindset is very important because uh, because as soon as you give up, that's when you lose. And as long as you don't give up, it's impossible for you to lose in business, right? And then another mindset that I have is I'm always investing in myself. So, so let me give you guys an example. I probably invested tens of thousands of dollars in myself for me to get to where I'm at now. Versus, I have a friend, I'm not going to name names. However, this friend of mine, he's sitting on $100,000 right now. And I'm trying to get him to join our mentorship program uh, um because I know that if he joins our mentorship program, not only will he get the step-by-step blueprint that he needs to become successful, but also when he finishes the program, he'll qualify to become a general partner on our next deal, which is something that he really wants. However, what's holding him back is that he doesn't want to spend his money because he's saving that money uh, um for his first deal. So what's happening is that he has money in the bank. However, there's always
It's taking him a long time to get his first deal, and if he had paid for the education, it would help him get the deal faster. Yeah.
Exactly, and then also you have to consider um inflation. You have to consider there's always family emergencies that he has to spend that money. There's always the vacations that he has to spend that money. So you're 100% correct. If he invested that money in himself, he would be way further along, just like how I am, you know.
Yeah. And Mark's been just supporting a lot of what you're saying in the Zoom comments, which I've been sharing on the Facebook. There's a lot of ups and downs in the journey, more moving parts. You know, you've got to fuel the positive.
Yeah.
Um, you know, it's yes, the vibe of the tribe. I didn't understand the Steve Harvey comment, Mark. Think of all the people employed. Wow, what a list. Be a go-giver, great book. That's huge. Mindset's huge. The fear of success, Pace Morby talks about this in his mastermind. Many think they're spending money. They think of it as I'm spending money, I'm risking money, it's money I don't have. And Mark makes a good point, and I agree with him. It's an investment. You look at it differently. If you're spending money, saving money, or investing, which of those is the most valuable? Investing. Investing has the biggest return on investment. But if you approach investing in coaching or training or books and learning as you're spending money, that's a lack mindset. When you look at it as you're investing, and I'm always investing. If I'm a coach and I've been coaching people for 24 years, I need to practice what I preach. I'm going to be investing in taking my NLP training to the master level. I'm studying human design. I read real estate books. I work with Cody Barton and Pace Morby. You've got to be constantly investing in yourself and looking at it as The mindset matters. I'm investing, therefore I'm going to put the effort in to get a return on my investment. Spending is more passive. I'm spending and hoping I get something out of it. And so, what else, Jason, would you like to share with people before we wrap up today? Is there a message, a pitch, something you want people to know?
I, I would just say, today is January 3rd. A lot of people probably had New Year's resolutions. I'm willing to bet that a lot of people already broke their New Year's
Yeah.
resolution. Um, I would say that if you are serious about real estate investing, if you want to learn more about multifamily, please reach out to me. I would love to connect with you guys.
I appreciate that, Jason. So, one last question before we wrap up. If you were to jump up on a rooftop, and Mark is going crazy in the Zoom comments with all these hearts and diamonds and thumbs up. He's sending us lots of love. I love it, Mark. But if you were to jump up on a rooftop and you had a captive audience and they were hanging on your every word, what words of wisdom would you share with them if they were really going to heed it and do something with that advice? What would that advice be?
My advice would be, I mean, I, I I would I would say that my life changed. My life really changed last year around April because I was looking for a deal for 3 years and nothing was going right for me. And then I started praying again. I started praying, and then 1 week after I started praying, that's when I found the 116 deal. So like for me like I'm a pretty religious person. And, I always give credit to God um because none of this would be possible without him. So so,
Love that.
that would be my message.
Thanks. And thank you so much, Jason, for being our first guests to start 2024. So we're back on track, everybody. Every Wednesday in my group, The Unstoppable Real Estate Investor, at noon Eastern, we will have top 5%ers, people that have made it in real estate. They are supporting themselves. They're doing at least 6 figures, and they've proven that it works. Now, that's a big deal. Why do I call them the top 5%ers? Because 95% of people who attempt to be real estate investors fail. So that should wake you up. And the people that are guests on this podcast have made it. They're proof that it works. They're here to give pearls of wisdom, give advice, and show you what's possible. Jason, you are such a great example of that. Thank you so much for being a guest again.
Thank you again for having me. I really appreciate it.
And thanks, Mark, for joining us. And maybe, Mark, what you and I can do is we'll pre-record an episode at a time that you can make it, and then we just post it on the time. So Rose, I want you to reach out to Mark Prestwood. You'll see his name in the comments, and reach out to him and we'll get you scheduled. And Rose, he's going to pre-record with me. He won't go live. Mark's got a lot of experience that I want to excavate from his brilliant mind, and so we can learn from him. So thanks, Mark. Yeah. Go to it. Yeah, maybe talk about some creative finance.
Absolutely. No,
Okay.
I was trying to get this big this big project down with creative finance. So I was with my team. I was like hitting them up with some of the recent trainings and that last Zoom that Pace did with the goal setting was very impactful. So that
Good.
wheel, definitely that wheel. Maybe I'll drop it in your group. That little wheel from Zig that actually very helpful for the crew and
Yeah,
everybody.
feel
Just
free.
takes a
You guys
yeah
feel free, both of you,
yeah
to post in my group and contribute and be in there. Be a member, be involved. I'd love it.
beautiful. Appreciate
Thanks
it. Thank you.
everybody for joining us on this first podcast. All my loyal followers, my usual audience. I love you all. We'll be posting this in several other groups. If you're seeing this in another group, just know that you're welcome to join my group, The Unstoppable Real Estate Investor. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Jason. Thanks,
Thank
Mark.
you. Bye.